Hey everyone, it's Yue from the Strictly Broken YouTube channel, and as promised, OverDress announcements have hit and I will be covering them. So I do want to clarify that we do intend to only make one video per day. Sometimes breaking that rule may be making more. And there was a lot of OverDress news, as there should be. It is their official announcement of everything. And so we will be covering everything, but I do want to give myself and my editor time to not only edit the videos, but also so that I can really reflect and give my take and my opinions on everything. Because the format that we're going for is not just a news outlet. You guys can get the news from a lot of different sources. I do want to give my well thought and well constructed ideas from what I feel and how I want to frame it in each video. So with that being said, today's OverDress announcement stuff will talk about basically the gist of the whole reboot or the new standard. You know, I kind of predicted it, but it was kind of obvious at the same time, so I can't give myself too much credit. But yeah, so it is getting rebooted. We'll be talking about that, my reflections on that, and then we'll be talking about their new 3-format approach, which is, you know, their OverDress Standard, their V Premium, and their Premium. Even though I'm not intending to be a news outlet, I do feel like I need to super briefly cover what happened or what they announced with these topics to be able to reflect on them further. So for the OverDress Standard, the key takeaway here is like Bushiroad's transition from being clan focused in Standard to nation focused, which is nations being like, for example, you had your clans of Royal Paladin, Shadow Paladin, Genesis, Oracle Think Tank, Gold Paladin. They would be all part of United Sanctuary, and now in Standard you're going to be playing with United Sanctuary and not these select clans. That's basically the gist of it. And then for the 3-format thing, basically detailing not only that they're going to have 3 formats now for Cardfight Vanguard, but also detailing their product release schedules and what is allowed in them. OverDress is just what they call D era, and all the OverDress cards will have D. It's called like D era or something, or D series. And then there's going to be the V Premium, which is current Standard. That is all the V cards. Premium, like the tried and true Eternal format, is going to be all cards. Immediately jumping into it, you can look at this chart. You can see that they have release schedules planned. You know, the typical, you have your new Standard, your exciting OverDress, and you have like the promos, the boosters, the trial decks, every single release type of release thing is going to be available for OverDress, obviously. They're still going to support V Premium, which is, again, current Standard. It seems like what it is a couple clan selections every year. So everyone's getting buffs every single year. But what is a little bit concerning to me already, Premium is no longer, from the looks of this graphic, no longer getting support. And I really hope this is subject to change, but we don't know if this is a more like a permanent thing. We don't know, but I really hope it is subject to change, because I felt like real Eternal format Premium has yet to get some support that we've all been looking forward to for ages, like a premium collection with G Guardians, or mainly just G Guardians, to be honest. We haven't seen new G Guardians in ages, and ever since they crept heal triggers into what they currently are, the 20k shield thing, it completely nullifies like half the G Guardians they made back in the day already. Yeah, I would have really liked to see some G Guardians. I really hope that this little chart dividing the formats isn't actually set in stone, because that'd be very unfortunate if Premium doesn't get any Premium collections anymore. Now, my thoughts about OverDress Standard being nation-based. I actually think this is an incredible thing. I am very, very happy with this, and I think, you know, in initial excitement, some people are already complaining and stuff, but if you take a step back and think about it, it's incredible. And the reason I say that is because nation-based, when the game becomes nation-based, it really allows for better deck expression, like deck construction expression. When I first started Cardfight Vanguard, I looked at some deck lists online, and this is like, what I quickly noticed was that not only was everyone running 4 copies of every single card, like there was no mixture of ratios, it was almost always 4. All the deck lists also looked exactly the same. And I blame that entirely on the fact that when they had to support clans annually, their ability to release support was stretched far too thin. They were only able to do support releases for most clans only, at most 2 or 3 times annually, and a lot of clans in fact only get 1 release per year, like Mega Colony and Spikes and Tashis, and it just makes your deck list look way too samey. The correct word is deck building expression. There just isn't that much of that. And I think when they pivot into a more nation-based gameplay, I'm looking forward to seeing just more releases for everyone. So if you're going to be playing the new United Sanctuary Nation, you can expect to see maybe 4, 5, 6 releases annually. So you're going to be able to get, refreshing stuff all the time. Not only that, you get to get true deck expression in the sense of, right now after the first week of Standard, V Standard, decks basically get solved, lists don't change anymore, everything gets stale really quickly. But when you get this bigger card pool, because now you're combining all these clans into one nation, when you get these bigger card pools, you can do way more expressive stuff in terms of deck building, and then decks don't get solved as quickly, ratios become more malleable instead of just plain 4-ofs. And that's it. It's so much more fun. The deck building process is just so much more fun, so much more exciting. More releases, keeps you entertained. I think all in all, basically all positives. Nation clan-based releases was stretching the ability for clans to get stuff way too thin. With furthermore, going into how this relates to premium, I think this is very smart. This is very intelligent, and I really like them and applaud them for how this is designed. The fact that in Standard, you're playing with nations, and your nation, let's use United Sanctuary again as the example. I don't know what the real name for that nation is, by the way. They changed the name. When you pull the support that you're getting from these United Sanctuary releases in Standard, when you pull them into Premium, it now supports all the United Sanctuary clans. And so you're going to start to see basically a lot of changes in Premium, I think. This is my what I postulate is that Premium decks will get a lot of changes as well all the time. Like, think about it. You release, like, let's say 1 really strong unit for United Sanctuary Standard. Suddenly, Gold, Shadows, OTT, Genesis, Royals can all use it. Am I missing one? I don't know if I'm missing one. But they can all use the card if it's broken. And maybe some don't use it better than others because there is, like, a certain amount of clan identity in Premium and V. But the ability for more clans to get support that is relevant to their deck in Premium just by having a Standard release is like super exciting to me. Now my concern with that is that it is potential that, like, this is where if you remember V stuff power crept Premium pretty quick. If the new OverDress stuff is quite powerful, I'm worried that they make Premium decks become very samey and lose fundamental clan identity. With how, like, identifiable clans are and what they want to do in Premium, I think that's going to be okay. Just judging from, like, comparing OTT with Shadows, for example. Those clans are doing different things, and they might get a unit that's powerful and that works in both, but I think the fundamental game plans and clan identities are different enough that it elevates them instead of makes them assimilate. So that's my whole thought on this nation pivot. I think it's very smart. I'm a big fan of it, and we'll just have to see how they, roll the stuff out for me to develop, like, further opinions on it. But as of now, I'm a big fan of it. As for the kind of middle child, problem child and all of this, it's that V Premium thing. And honestly, I have not fully formulated my thoughts on it, whether I am a fan or not a fan that they're keeping V into V currently Standard and what they're going to call V Premium. Not too sure if I'm a fan of it, but what I will say is that, okay, so right now a lot of people are making quitting posts. I'm seeing it. Like, as soon as the announcements rolled out, I saw a lot of quitting posts. And I don't understand why they're quitting, because Bushiroad is literally feeding you a way for you to play OverDress and what you are currently playing. And so if you wanted to support both, you can literally play both and it doesn't change. I don't understand why people are quitting. I feel like a little bit too preemptive. Because in my head, in terms of these formats, it's very possible I can see something like, you know, day one they're doing their overdress tournament stuff, and then day two they're letting people choose between playing V Premium and Premium. And I think that could work. That could work because, to my knowledge and to my understanding, I feel like there is a pretty distinct player base for both V and Premium. Like, V people enjoy V for whatever reasons they enjoy V, and Premium people the same thing. And it could work out quite nicely if those two were... So everyone's going to play Standard because I think Standard is going to be great. Let's hope they do it correctly this time and everything's going to be awesome and rainbows and sunshines and butterflies. But V Standard or V Premium and Premium can be that day two decision that people can choose. You can either continue to play Vanguard like how it currently is before everything rotates, or you can play Premium, which is what a lot of people like me really enjoy, the huge legacy format stuff, eternal format stuff, where everything becomes crazy and super combo crazy, and you can do infinite attacks, you can make an infinite power stuff. Like, it caters to different audiences, a little bit of a simpler format and a little bit of a more complex one. And, you know, a lot of people are hating on V, saying it doesn't even need to be there. If you look at that angle, I do see the merit of keeping it in. Now, if everyone's going to exodus out of V, then yeah, it just seems like a stupid decision to keep it. But I think if you give it a chance, it actually could work. And since they're also doing releases for it, it could imply that they're still intending to balance it more. Because right now, I gotta be honest, Standard, or what V Premium is going to be, is not too fun right now. Gabrielle is insane. I'm not a fan of playing against that deck. I hate playing against it. And yeah, if their intent is to balance stuff and continue to work on the balance of V, I think it actually could be a fun format for people to want to play. And then depending on how they want to roll out tournaments, it could be a good alternative to Premium for some people, so that you can still play Vanguard day one and day two. So a little bit of a hypothetical thing there, but I don't want to get too negative about it, because a lot of people have shared their negatives about the V Premium thing, and I think it's a fine thing to maybe keep. Maybe is the key word. We'll see how things roll around. So yeah, that's it. A lot of positive things to say. I am, again, to reiterate, a little bit worried that they're not doing any more, or at least they haven't announced any Premium collections to come for Premium. They literally say products for Standard, products for V, and then there's just it's just empty for Premium. So that's a little bit concerning for me. But other than that, big fan of the Nation stuff. Big fan of how that connects with Premium. Not sure how I feel about V, but potentially I'm leaning towards being a fan of that actually as well. So nothing but positive things to say. If you're salty about the reboot, that's too bad. Like, that's just actually too bad. Like, I don't know what to say to you. I'm excited, super hype about this stuff. Leave a comment in the comment section if you think there's a negative that I should be talking about and that can inspire me for a future video, or more positive things about this whole nation structure and this whole format structure thing that you want to talk about. Leave it all in the comments. I read all the comments. It's awesome. Drop a like on the channel. We've been growing. It's been crazy. It's been awesome. So drop a sub, drop a like or a dislike. I don't care. All reactions are good. And that's it. I'm signing off. Looking forward to making the other stuff, which will be appearing every day for OverDress. It's UA signing off. Peace.